Gotta be fucking kidding.
Welcome once again to Ultrasonic Film. As always, I'm your host, James, talking about movies, and more movies. I have a very special guest on the show right now, David Clennon. David, welcome to Ultrasonic Film.
Thanks, James.
It's great to have you here. We're going to be chatting a little bit about your new project, Lars Shrike Walks the Night, but you've been in so many different films. I simply have to ask you a few questions, if that's okay there. I thought I would start with The Thing. As we're looking at more than 4 decades now, when you think back on filming The Thing, what really comes to mind for you?
I think of the location that we were shooting in. We were living in Stewart, British Columbia, and each morning when we went to work, we would cross the border into the Alaska Panhandle, and on both sides of the border, there was heavy, heavy snow. It was really thick, cold, snowy, and we were shooting on top of a glacier, and that's what comes back to me.
Anybody see Fuchs? Somebody blew out a fuse in the lab. Lights were out in there for an hour. Any one of us could have gotten to him.
All right, we gotta find him. Knowles, why don't you come with me and we'll look outside? Palmer, you and Windows check the inside.
I ain't going with Windows. I ain't going with him. I'll go with Child.
Hey, fuck you, Palmer!
I ain't going with you.
Who says I want you going with me? All right, cut the bullshit!
That film has had an incredible staying power.
It really does. 3 generations of people love that film. The people who saw it when it first opened, and their children, and their children's children. I've met people at conventions, and you have 3 generations of people. Sometimes they're all there in front of you, or at least 2 generations in front of you, and the old generation has passed it on to the younger generation. And that's what I have that sense of this film. I didn't know this at the time. This film really has power.
Close that door. Where's McGreedy?
I cut him loose on the line up by his shack.
Cut him loose.
Yeah, we were up checking around his place. I found this. Look, it was stashed in his own oil furnace. Wind must have dislodged it, but I don't think he saw me find it. I made sure I got ahead of him on the tow line on the way back. I cut him loose.
McCready?
He's one of them.
When do you think it got to him?
I don't know.
Could have been any time, anywhere, if it did get to him.
Hey, look, Childs, come on.
The lights went out.
That would have been a perfect time.
Right, you said guys were missing, and Windows, where were you?
Hey, Palmer, I told you to shut
Where
the
were you?
down!
When the lights went out!
That's what it was! The players against each other!
Another film I'd love to ask you about is the experience of playing Meryl Streep's husband in Falling in Love. What was the Meryl Streep experience like for you?
I should have slept with him. Maybe that would have made it easier.
Robert De Niro,
Please, just, could I see you?
Meryl Streep.
I'm gonna go see him.
I don't understand. Why are you doing this?
I have to go.
That wasn't a lot of fun. I felt that anyone, you could have replaced me. I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but I didn't feel that I was getting a lot back from her. And I know that people are reverent there. People are just enthralled with what she does. But I feel like I'm taking a step back and I'm watching somebody. I'm not watching a character in a film. I'm watching an actress who is very talented and very skilled and putting on a performance. And so it takes me out of the film a little bit. Meryl, I'm really sorry to say that about you. And actually, I hope you never hear this, but if you do, I really respect your technique.
There's one underrated comedy from the 80s I'd love to ask you about. It gave you the opportunity to work with Walter Matthau, Dan Aykroyd, and Charles Grodin, and that is The Couch Trip. Your performance in that is excellent. You have one of the funniest moments in the film, and that's when there's all of a confusion as to who the doctor is. You're in the background and you look down at your name tag and kind of reassure yourself that you are in fact you. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious. You could just see it in the background. And if that film had been a bigger hit, I think that comic performance of yours would really be quite touted.
Yeah, thank you. And, I wonder why the film wasn't a bigger hit, because you had Dan Aykroyd and Walter Matthau, very funny comics. And I thought it was, it was a mix that would draw audiences, and maybe people are enjoying it now on streaming platforms or DVDs. I had fun making that film. I enjoyed my time. And since you mention it, I'm going to have to go back and look at the movie and see that moment when the doctor looks down at his nameplate just to make sure who it is.
They say I'm doing my radio show.
You also appear in one of my favorite films of all time, so I can't resist asking you about that. You've got a small role. What was the Joe Dante experience like in Matinee? Matinee is a lot of fun for film fans.
I love that film, and we watched it with our children, and I just think that's one of the most charming films that's ever been made. It's funny, and it's sweet, and it's political in a way, because the events of the film take place at the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis. And everyone in the film, it's also a coming of age film. I think it's coming of age, and it's a spoof on horror films.
How could such a thing happen, Dr. Grabau?
The ant's saliva must have gotten into Bill's bloodstream and gone straight to his brain, just as the radiation, which is measured in units called Roentgens, was released.
And that's how he became a...
Mant.
Gotcha. For the kids of Key West, Florida, there was nothing scarier than a monster matinee.
Lawrence Woolsey, the master of movie horror, exterminates you with Mant.
The story of Mant is based on scientific fact, on theories that have appeared in national magazines.
But in the fall of 1962,
a series of offensive missile sites is now in preparation on the island of Cuba.
They got the biggest scare of all.
They're gonna bomb us?
The country is on red alert.
And what a perfect time to open a new horror movie.
That'd be the best show to take a girl to.
The whole world's gonna blow up anyway, so we should just do whatever we want.
You know, last guy she went out with in reform school?
He did teach me a lot.
What about?
About my body.
Think if the bomb were about to fall, she'd do it with me?
Wait till you see the feelers on this thing.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Some of it's stage lighting, some of it's magic show stuff, but the big studios, none of them have anything like it. You never, ever turn one above 6.
This is it!
From Joe Dante, director of Gremlins.
You see what he's putting back? The showmanship.
The bombs are falling!
You think this is some kind of picnic for me?
Oh, I'm still concerned about that bomb thing.
Little question of taste?
No, but your younger patrons, you could have some seat wetness.
John Goodman.
I love this business.
Matinee.
Man, I've seen this twice.
And there's a lot going on there, but it's going on in the environment of the Cuban Missile Crisis, and everybody is very anxious about, or at least the adults are anxious about what is coming, that they will have to face and deal with it. Is it the end of the world, or or is it just a movie that was produced by John Goodman as this independent, inventive filmmaker?
This guy, Woolsey, his pictures are all the same. A cheap, sick thrill for a bunch of hop-headed
What
teenagers.
about, like, letting people make their own decisions?
Oh, sure, let the kids see it. And let them wake up screaming every night.
He came to the ends of the earth
Aren't you that guy that makes them scary movies?
just as the earth was about to end.
The country is on red alert.
I had a lot of fun working on Matinee. One of my saddest show business experiences that the film didn't get the attention it deserved. And I think it was because it was so many things, in my mind, per film that was coming of age, comedy, science fiction, and the real life possibility that we were looking at the end of the world. I think Matinee is just a wonderful film. I think it's one of Joe Dante's best, and it's a shame that the company that distributed the film didn't know how to describe it to an audience. They didn't know how to present it. And when it didn't do well on his first weekend at the box office, that company backed away from the film, stopped supporting it, and I think it ran for about 3 weeks. And Joe Dante was at the peak of his career, I would say, at that time. He had had a string of hit movies, and this, I think, was one of his best.
So I got an opportunity to chat with Kelsey Grammer, and he tipped me off that you may have previously played Lars Shrike. Now, did you actually play this character in the past yourself?
I'm glad you asked. We are making a bridge. It's about 41 years from the time of a film called The Trouble with Dick to our film today, Lars Shrike Walks the Night. And I want everybody to know that Lars Shrike Walks the Night. See, I'm repeating the title. I want everybody to know that Lars Shrike is a standalone film. You don't need to see The Trouble with Dick, but it's a lot of fun if you see The Trouble with Dick. But if you just tune in to Lars Shrike Walks the Night, you'll be fine. There's no confusion, and you're not missing anything, because the earlier film, The Trouble with Dick, it's not exactly a springboard for the film that we're doing, but there are echoes of the older film. And in the older film, I play a very young Kelsey Grammer. Or in Lars Shrike Walks the Night, you could say that Kelsey Grammer plays a much older David Clennon. And in the Trouble with Dick, the main character is a man who is writing a science fiction story about an escaped prisoner named Lars Shrike. And the name of the author is Richard Kendred. And in our new film, I play Richard Kendred.
You and Kelsey Grammer both have a couple of powerful sequences together. How was it working with Kelsey Grammer? And was it a little bit unusual and bizarre that he was playing a character that you've played in the past?
His costume, James, looked exactly like mine from the film 41 years ago. So it was bizarre. And he was holding a prop, a space gun, I'll call it, that the writer, had imagined, invented, and here it was, the real thing, not on the page of a book, but the real thing, and I got to hold it. And Kelsey and I had this scene, and I was baffled. I was bewildered by his appearance at my front door. I don't want to give too much away, but when the writer of a fictional character meets that character in real life, you know, it's very unsettling.
What is that?
It's a cell phone.
From a prison cell.
Where did you get those clothes?
I got them in prison. Although I'm not so certain about that anymore.
Why are you here?
I escaped.
To this?
I didn't ask to exist.
I didn't ask to either. Are you glad that you do
What?
exist?
I have mixed feelings.
David Clennon, it's been a true honor chatting with you. I've been watching you for years. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ultrasonic Film.
I loved being on your show, James, and I hope to be back sooner rather than later. I've enjoyed this time, and carry on.